name that made the Britishers quiver in their shoes, a name that ignited a fierce desire in the heart of every citizen to see an independent India, an inspiration for every citizen who wished to uproot the Britishers and free their motherland and look forward to its prosperous future. He was born on 23rd January 1897 in Orissa. He was a brilliant academic student and gave the civil service exam in England on the pleas of his father. He passed the first round with distinction but did not appear for the second round because he considered nationalism to be a higher calling than the civil service. He returned to India in 1921 and under the guidance of C.R. Das, he soon became the president in 1938 of the Indian National Congress. However, due to a rift between Bose and Mahatma Gandhi, he resigned and was soon ousted. He founded the Indian National Army. The Indian National Army, INA, was formed in 1942 from the Indian prisoners of war of the British India Army, captured by the Japanese in the Battle of Singapore. With Japanese support, a provisional government of Free India was formed under Bose in the Japanese-occupied Andaman and Nicobar Islands on 21st October. Bose led the Indian National Army and started a movement called Azad Hind Movement. His words, "Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga," incited many to join his movement as it filled the people with unending enthusiasm and hopes. Though he was last seen on 18th August 1945, he left behind a legacy to follow for the young patriots of the country. We should try to imbibe the same passion within us, a legacy that was carried on in the coming years and is imbibed in the golden letters on the pages of Indian history. We as the new generation should try to follow in the footsteps of righteousness left by the previous generation. Jai Hind. Thank you and have a nice day.
तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. This famous quote strikes our mind to none other than Subash Chander Bose, who is indeed a quintessential example for a courageous and a selfless leader. Respected principal, vice principal, worthy teachers, and my dear fellow partners, a very pleasant morning to all. Today, at a vibrant hour from God's birthday, take this opportunity to speak upon the topic Netaji Subash Chander Bose and the history of INA. So here it goes. Fondly called Netaji, Subash Chander Bose is regarded as one of the most revolutionary and esteemed freedom fighters of our country. He was born in Cuttack, Odisha on 23rd January 1897 to a famous lawyer, Janakinath Bose, and a righteous woman, Prabhavati Devi. He was a bright student during his childhood, and his intelligence helped him ace many examinations in his career. He also enrolled for the University of Cambridge to prepare for Indian civil services and was also selected. But the Jallianwala Bagh massacre stirred up his patriotism. Thus, he left the path of the civil services as he didn't want to serve the British government, and he embarked upon his journey as a revolutionary freedom fighter. Bose was jailed 11 times by the British, but in 1940, he cleverly escaped from the prison and went to countries such as Germany, Burma, and Japan to lay the foundation of the Indian National Army, also known as the Azad Hind Fauj. He was highly successful in attacking and capturing some parts of the northeast India. But it was short-lived as Japan surrendered due to Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing. On his way to Tokyo, his plane crashed, but his death is shrouded in mystery till late. In a nutshell, Subash Chander Bose was an exemplary leader who had unmatched patriotism towards his country. I conclude in the words of Bose himself, "You must give if you want to get." Thank you and have a great day ahead. Jai Hind. evening and mesmerizing morning to everyone present here. Today I am being called from third day from Our Lydia Fatima Convent Secondary School is here to present a speech on a freedom fighter, Netaji Subash Chander Bose. Netaji Subash Chander Bose was born on January 23rd at Cuttack in Orissa. His parents were Jankinath Bose, a famous lawyer, and Prabhavati Devi, among India's greatest freedom fighters. Subash Chander Bose tops the list after Mahatma Gandhi and Bhagat Singh. He actively participated in the Indian independence movement and contributed to the non-cooperation movement. He was a revolutionary militant who was immensely patriotic. Netaji played a significant role in the World War II by bringing together a united Indian force with a foreign background to fight against India's British rulers. He was a highly meritorious student throughout his education and achieved laurels for attaining high ranks. Bose was extremely courageous and he joined the boycott movement of Prince of Wales, thereby being imprisoned. For his leadership qualities, he was also elected as the mayor of Kolkata. Subash Chander Bose dreamt of a free India, and for this he went to jail many times. Bose's death is still uncertain to the people of India, but according to reports, he lost his life in a plane crash in the year 1945. He always said, "Freedom is not given, it is taken." Jai Hind. We should have but one desire today, the desire to die, so that India may live. Rightly quoted by Subash Chander Bose. The Indian freedom was a long struggle which claimed thousands of lives and countless sacrifices. We must acknowledge the contributions made by our freedom fighters who sacrificed their everything for the freedom of India. Today, I, Neta, of class 3rd is going to talk about one such brave freedom fighter, the one who motivated the masses to involve in the freedom struggle. Netaji Subash Chander Bose, regarded as one of the most esteemed freedom fighters of the country. Netaji is indeed a great example of courage and selflessness. Whenever we hear the legend's name, a famous quote strikes our mind at the drop of a hat. "You gave me that, I shall give you freedom." He was born on 23rd January in Odisha. He completed his early education from India and went to university from India to Cambridge. But Jallianwala Bagh massacre was turning point in his life, which stirred up his patriotism, and this he came back to India and joined Indian National Congress. He was imprisoned 11 times by the British because of his violent resistance, and when he was imprisoned, he cleverly escaped from the prison and went to the countries such as Germany, Burma, and Japan, and worked the whole 9 years to lay the foundation of Indian National Army, also known as Azad Hind Fought. Even though he still lives in the heart of millions of Indians. The story of the greatest son of India ends in mysterious circumstances around his disappearance resulting from a plane crash in Japan in 1945. Concluding, I would say that Neta Netaji was a great leader because who had unmatched love for his country. So it can be confidently said that his contribution to freedom's